Hello and welcome to Celebrity Reporter. In this video, we will be looking at the notorious kingpin's palatial properties, Pablo Escobar. During the late 1980s, Pablo Escobar reached the zenith of his power and wealth. His vast empire amassed an astounding net worth of over $37 billion, rendering him as one of the wealthiest individuals in Colombia and South America. Pablo Escobar was considered one of the most influential drug traffickers worldwide, controlling an enormous stockpile of drugs worth over $10 billion, equivalent to over 40 tons. He was notorious for his vast cash reserves of over $4 billion, which were strategically hidden throughout Colombia by his children, in both U.S. and Mexican currency. Escobar's daily income from drug sales was a staggering $50 million in cash from the United States alone. With such an immense amount of money to handle, he was unable to launder it all, thus leading him to purchase multiple safe houses to store his colossal cash pile. Let's take a look around the drug lord's key homes, from his lavish country estate, complete with a zoo, bull ring, airport, and more, to the luxury prison complex he designed for himself, featuring 5-star amenities you would not believe. Pablo Escobar's childhood home. The third child of smallholder Abel and schoolteacher Ermilda, Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria was born on the 1st of December 1949 in a humble yet roomy on his family's farms in the village of El Tablazo, just outside the city of Rio Negro, around 20 miles from Colombia's second city, Medellin. Pablo Escobar's Hacienda Napoles estate in Puerto Triunfo, Colombia. In the year 1976, Pablo Escobar tied the knot with Maria Victoria Henao, who was just a tender age of 15. As a couple, they bore 2 children together. In the ensuing years, Escobar expanded his empire of drugs by establishing a gigantic distribution network for narco-trafficking. This move resulted in flooding the eastern regions of Medellin with cocaine, flooding the streets of the United States with the illegal substance. As you stroll towards the entrance of Escobar's estate, you will see an archway adorned with a replica of the aircraft that carried his initial cargo of cocaine. The drug lord didn't shy away from pouring millions of dollars into this luxurious estate, which was equipped with artificial lakes and 6 swimming pools. Escobar built a sprawling colonial-style villa that featured every lavish amenity imaginable, from zoos to dinosaur statues, tennis courts, and bullfighting arenas. This estate had it all. As a testament to his love for everything fancy, Escobar placed a 1930s sedan with bullet holes outside the villa. He went ahead to tell people that the car once belonged to infamous gangsters such as John Dillinger, Bonnie and Clyde, or Al Capone. His love for materialistic things knew no bounds. However, following the drug lord's demise in 1993, the Colombian government seized the estate. The mansion is nothing but ruins today, although parts of the property were repurposed into a theme park. The lavish lifestyle and extravagant empire that once belonged to Escobar have long since faded away. Today, the theme park is a popular attraction. The zoo is now a savanna-inspired wildlife park with zebras, antelopes, emus, meerkats, and crocodiles, while the artificial lakes and several of Escobar's swimming pools now compose a fun water park, complete with this octopus-shaped water slide. Pablo Escobar's party pad on Isla Grande, Colombia. During the 1980s, Escobar also commissioned an OTT party pad on Isla Grande, a heavily Caribbean island 22 miles off the coast of Cartagena, Colombia. Drowning in money, the cartel boss really went to town, ordering the construction of a supersized mansion, waterfront apartments, a courtyard featuring a resort-sized swimming pool, heliport, and other decadent amenities. All in all, the compound reportedly had over 300 rooms, So as you can imagine, the parties held here were not small-scale affairs. Escobar's henchmen pulled out all the stops to make the place as fancy as possible, and the opulence even extended to the showers, which it is said were made from gold. You can see the derelict state of the once lavish structure here. By the mid-1980s, Escobar was riding high, despite his problems with the law and growing competition, with his operations pulling in a staggering $420 million a week, which added up to an incredible $22 billion a year. During the latter half of the decade, Escobar controlled 80% of the global cocaine market and was worth an estimated $30 billion at his peak, making him the richest criminal of all time. Pablo Escobar's personal prison, La Catedral in Envigado, Colombia. Aware the jig was up, Escobar agreed to surrender to the authorities, but put forth a list of demands. As part of the deal, he would not be handed over to the Americans and would serve only 5 years in a personal prison built to his precise specifications. The Colombian government complied, and La Catedral was constructed in Escobar's hometown of Envigado and completed in June of 1991. Escobar arrived via helicopter that same month and settled into his gilded cage, which was nicknamed Club Medellin and Hotel Escobar. Of course, this was no ordinary incarceration. The cartel boss was even given permission to choose his own guards, handpicking his most loyal subordinates. He reportedly dined like a king and threw frequent parties while he was supposedly behind bars. The accommodation and amenities were top-notch. Escobar had a comfy suite decked out with all modern cons. There was a disco on the property, ideal for all the parties Escobar hosted, as well as a football field, a decorative waterfall, and a giant doll's house for his daughter Manuela. Additionally, Escobar had access to an office with mobile phones and a fax machine, from where he could continue to run his cartel. Here's Escobar's bedroom, which was connected to an ensuite bathroom fitted with a jacuzzi bath. Despite the absurdity of the setup, the Colombian authorities put up with the drug baron's outrageous behavior, but their tolerance crumbled after Escobar had 4 of his lieutenants tortured and murdered within the compound. The powers that be then decided to move him to a conventional, high-security prison. Escobar got wind of the plan, and on the 22nd of July, 1992, he mounted an audacious escape, taking hostages before absconding with the loyal henchmen. The Colombian government went all out to catch the fugitive, roping in the U.S. military to help track him down. With a large number of properties at his disposal, Escobar is said to have spent every night on the run in a different safe house. Pablo Escobar's final home in Medellin, Colombia. Escobar was eventually discovered at this safe house in West Medellin's Los Olivos neighborhood. On the 2nd of December 1993, Colombian special forces swarmed the property to arrest the cartel boss. Escobar attempted to escape via the roof, but a shootout ensued and he was killed by a bullet to the ear. Thus ended a reign of terror that had claimed so many lives and caused immeasurable suffering in Colombia and countries around the world. We are super excited about you watching our video and look forward to your continued support. It means the world to us. See you in the next video.